fantastic Q&A, fantastic film, in fact. In the Q&A, you were talking about how it was balance, the drama and the horror in the same film. How did you do that? Or did you go back and re-edit? Or how did you find that balance?
Well, we basically wanted the story to be right first, and that was the main priority. And then and obviously Dom's got a lot of knowledge about horror films and zombie films, and my love was more sort of European British cinema, indie films, and that's how we kind of, and we put them together. But we wanted to amalgamate the two, obviously, but we were also concerned that we needed to keep the ball up in the air, because obviously it was being sold as a genre film. So we needed to have that, and we had, had little bits in the beginning, didn't we? Like the car, the scream, and then, at the same time building the momentum of the characters and the journey that they're going.
Yeah, we needed the non-zombie, non-horror bits to be as intriguing. So you needed a story there that was sat on its own before the zombies arrived. So therefore we had the twist that he'd been there before. That was nothing to do with the actual story. The zombie side of the stories and that. So yeah, so that was first and foremost the most important bit, to have a story that we could sit on, that was solid enough, So yeah. And also, because we're very different people as well from each other, so we kind of built on our differences and built the drama around that between the two of them. Yeah. Excellent. And then just threw loads of gore at it.
In the last.
Just talking minutes. About gore.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic effects.
Thank you.
Excellent, really nice effects, like with the crowbar through the eyeball. Amazing. How much? Or is there a certain percentage of the budget that you thought there should be at least 5% of the budget on gore?
Most of the budget was the gore, the actual physical really pain of buying materials. The eyes cost an absolute fortune, because we were looking at other eyes, and most people just buy them 16 quid white ones, and it's rubbish. And you can let the whole film down. And if you're going to make a film and be as passionate as we were about the story, you really don't want to let it down by crap makeup, So there was an idea behind the zombies as well, and a concept.
They had to be perfect, didn't they? Exactly how we envisaged them. And the eyes were, we looked through so many different kinds of contact lenses, didn't we? And the eyes were so important. And I think we wanted them to have that ferociousness about them.
And the dental work and everything. And Two Baldies FX were the special effects lads, and they're zombie mad as well. And so they said, well, you tell us what you want, So we said, well, it'd be amazing if we could have this, and look at this picture here, if we could have that, but do this. And they were going, no problem, So it was great,
It was Darren and Ian who were part of Two Baldies FX, and they were fantastic. They had loads and loads of ideas, and we sat around the table, didn't we, talking about what they could do and what we wanted and what they could come up with.
Because we said, wouldn't it be great if we could actually, because we were talking about different deaths, because it was British, you couldn't have any guns in, because they were saying, you put a bit of green thing there and you have a bit of the head missing and all that for a gunshot, and you can have flashes afterwards. And we said, no, the point is we're not having any guns, we just want what's to hand, so we want crowbars, we want wrenches and all that. So they were going, oh, that'd be great, So they were making moulds of different wrenches and that, and rubber ones, and and then pieces that sat at false teeth that sitting so with a bit sticking out, all sorts of bits and bats. They would just, whatever you said, they'd said, oh, we can do that easy. And you think, really? Right.
They were brilliant.
They were really
fantastic.
Great.
I thought it was a great tease as well, obviously, because the story was evolving outside in cities, and the characters were set in the Dales, not in the Dales, but
in the Dales, it was in the Dales,
exactly,
in the countryside, in the middle of Yorkshire.
So there was the small teasers, there was the screams at the start, and then finally when we did see a zombie, I was looking at the screens like, what are the effects going to be? You could just see them in the distance, like there was blood coming from the mouth.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic tease, even with that zombie. You didn't see what they were going to look like.
Until later, fast, that was it, because you didn't want to release too much too far.
And we wanted them to be really fast, the zombies as well, so it's important that you kind of saw that redness and obviously the deathness of them, but we wanted them to be fast, so that when it did come to the end scene with me and Dominic, that you could really get a good picture of it.
But what you were saying about just teasing things in, it was because we were offering a drama for the first half an hour that you had to remember that this was being given to horror fans to watch, so we didn't want to leave it more than 5 minutes without some little drop. So then there was the shout, and then the blood on the thing, and then somebody whipping past the screen, and so you really didn't have to wait long. So anybody that was into horror was like, oh, all right, not long now, So it was all to do with turning a screw, and also drama. People would watch it going like, oh, So it was all to do with keeping everybody happy, really.
Yeah.
Just before we wrap up, the one big question, it's going through my mind the whole film.
Jim Jones review.
Yeah.
T-shirt. Are you a fan?
Big fan.
Massive fans of Jim Jones
Massive.
review, and any excuse to get in, because I had to come down I knew I had to come down in boxer shorts and a shirt. I got loads of different shirts and I was buying blank shirts and all this, and we love Jim Jones review, and I said, look, why don't I put my Jim Jones review shirt on? Why don't we ring them up and say, can we use your shirt? And straight away they got back and said, oh, no problem with the shirt, absolutely superb, we'd love you to. And we're like, yes, we're on. And I kept, it was by an email, so I've kept the email for proof, just in case they say, so yeah. But yeah, we're massive fans of Jim Jones review.
We follow them around,
yeah,
don't we?
you're a bit groupies, yeah.
Excellent. Well, from the showroom, thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Cheers.
Very much.
Cheers.
Ta.